I had this all planned. Like in my head. It was in my head and I can't get it to come out my mouth. Anyways. Hi, it's been a really long time, a few weeks. I actually filmed a video last week or the week before and it just ended up like crap kinda. So I was like, I can't even tell you how many times I said in that video. I think that I just annoyed myself. So if I'm gonna annoy myself, I'm probably gonna annoy you. So moving on to the next one. That video was basically like a simple foundation routine. I think a lot of women have a hard time figuring out what foundation works best for their skin. So I have really dry skin, so I'm gonna look for foundations that are good for dry skin. I'm gonna stay away from foundations that say oil-free, things like that. If you do have really oily skin, those are good foundations for you to gravitate towards, like the oil-free foundations. Starting with drugstore, if you go to the drugstore, they're really good. If you read the little labels underneath the drugstore, and the drugstore has some really good foundations out there. You just might have to try a few duds to get to the magic one. And I would shop at a store that lets you return things. I'm not sure exactly which stores allow you to do that. I believe Walgreens does. You'll have to double check that. I do believe like Rite Aid, CVS, but please double check that. Don't take my word for it. Double check. But if you shop in like the department stores, you know, going towards the more high end, especially like Macy's, Nordstrom's, Sephora, which you'll find a Sephora in a JCPenney, things like that, they'll take it. I mean, Sephora will absolutely, and the other department stores should, if it's just not working for you, or you can go get a sample, say, I want to try this, and they'll give you a sample that should last a week or so. No one's gonna know what a foundation does in a day sample. It's just not gonna happen. Also, you want to stay away from foundations that have a high SPF in it. It's not gonna photograph well. Usually they won't photograph well. Just remember to wear an SPF underneath your foundation. I'm gonna start this simple foundation routine. Again, I have really dry skin. I actually went to a Sephora with my mom a couple weeks ago. We were in another town for a hockey tournament for my youngest son, and my husband wasn't able to go, and my mom graciously agreed to come with me. It's no fun to go on your own. So we hit a Sephora store. She was looking for a new foundation. Obviously my mom has more mature skin than me because she's older than me. She wanted something that was full coverage, but she does have combination skin. She's still oily in some parts, dry in other parts. I have to say the guy at Sephora was great. I think Sephora is a great place to start if you are new to makeup. I think most of their employees there are very knowledgeable. They're very patient. They'll talk you through things. It can sometimes be a little intimidating to go to a department store like Nordstrom's or Macy's, you know, anything like that. And you walk up to the counter and the girl is stunningly beautiful. Her makeup is flawless, and you know, usually you're rolling in there, you know, it's been a long day, your hair is up on the top of your head, whatever's left of your makeup. I don't know, I don't super get fabulous to go to the department store. So it can be really intimidating to walk up to a counter and say, hey, I have a lot of questions and I need help. And usually they are very kind and nice. Do not be intimidated. They're there to help you. And most of them are really great. That being said, I had an experience about a year ago where I went to a counter. I used to wear the Double Wear foundation by Estee Lauder, and I loved that in my youngerness, except it doesn't photograph well. Do not wear Double Wear to an event where you'll be photographing flash photography. That being said, it's just great coverage, it's full coverage, it makes your skin look flawless. But as my skin has gotten drier, I needed to try something else. So I wanted to go back to the Double Wear, but knew that that wasn't gonna be right for my skin. So I went to the Estee Lauder counter and got a sample. I for about a week. So, and then I left with that and just realized that I can't even remember what I got, but it just didn't work for my skin. It oxidized really bad. And oxidized means that as you wear it and whatever in the makeup reacts with your skin, the environment, things like that, it'll tend to go darker. And for me, it was like an orangey color, not good. And you'll find that some foundations do that more than others, and it's just, again, trial and error. And there's lots of good YouTube videos out there that will help you kind of narrow it down. There's actually a girl that I watch on YouTube a lot, and that's what she does, is review products. Her name's Tarte, and I will link her channel in the bottom. If you want to try something but you're not quite sure and you want an honest opinion about it, she's fabulous. But anyway, so I took it, I went back in and I just said, hey, I want to try something else. The last thing that you gave me, it oxidized really bad on me. And she just looked at me, and I don't know if she was having a day, but she just said, all foundations oxidized. And she was like silent, and she was just staring at me. And I said, you know what? It kind of stunned me at first, and I just kind of looked at her and I said, you know what? I hope you have a better day. And I just moved on. Like, I wasn't mean or snotty, but it made me feel sad for the girl that might have approached her and said, didn't know anything about makeup, like wanted to learn more and, to get out there and experiment, and to have somebody treat you like that, it's not you, it's them. And so once you break, if you are intimidated to approach a counter and the girl's flawless and beautiful and she's not friendly, just smile and say, I hope you have a better day, and move to the next counter. It'll be okay, I promise. But like I said, Sephora is a great place to start. So I'm actually using today, well, I'm gonna start with actually a primer. And this is something that was recommended by Nikki Tutorials. I have been doing this for a couple weeks, so I feel good telling you that it works and it's exciting, and it's cheap. So if you need a good primer for your foundation, it's actually the Nivea Men Sensitive Post-Shave Balm. I know that's really funny. It was like $6 or $7. It's a pretty big amount, as you can see here, and it works really well. It's just something that she on her own figured out, and she shared it with the world. And she recently just said that a lot of places are having a hard time keeping it on stock. And the reason that it works, because the second ingredient, the ingredients aren't on the back of here, but the second ingredient is glycerin, and so that's gonna help anything stay on your face. So what you wanna do is you wanna just take a little bit in your hands and you wanna smooth it all around your face until it gets to like a, kind of like a tacky, so you'll just rub it in everywhere. It has a really nice smell. It's not overly masculine. And it's definitely a product that my husband hasn't tried it yet, and I've tried to tell him to try it because I think he would really like it. And so, like, you feel like a tackiness there, and you want to rub that in until you get to that tacky feeling. So I am gonna, especially around my nose. My nose is very dry, and so I have a hard time, this little extra on there, keeping foundation on my nose. If I blow it or touch it, or I have like this pretty, blank canvas, like full coverage, it looks nice anyways. And then my nose is like red and there if I touch it one time, so just be careful. And then I'm gonna go in with like I said, just a simple foundation routine. I know a lot of women I've got a couple emails and messages on Facebook saying, I don't really know how to put on foundation or what to look for. So there are lots of ways you can put on foundation. I'm actually gonna double up a couple foundations. I'm not too light, I'm not too, obviously not dark at all, but so I'm actually going in with the Better Than Skin SuperStay by, why do I always do this? Is it Maybelline? I think it's Maybelline. This is ridiculous. Yes, Maybelline, and then the Revlon Airbrush Effect, and it's 2 different colors, and I'm mixing them together on my hand because I like that look better. So, and then I'm gonna take a dampened beauty blender, and I put foundation on my hand. I love that these are both pumps, and then you just put some on the back of your hand, and then I'm gonna need a mirror. And then I just start bouncing this into my skin. I am obsessed with the Beauty Blender. I love the coverage that it gives me. I love how smoothly it goes on, and I love that you can build up with it. I do like a brush, and different foundations are different animals. Like they'll go on better. Some go on better with a brush, some go better on with a Beauty Blender, some go better just, you know, straight out using your fingers. And so, this, I'm a fan, and I can't believe it took me so long to get a Beauty Blender. They are a little on the expensive side. They're $20. I'm gonna press that right in there. They're $20 for a sponge. It should last for a long time. You just wash it, and it actually comes with a cleanser. I mean, you have to buy the cleanser separate, but it does come with the cleanser. And you have to dampen it. It's gonna come as like a little tiny sponge and a little guy like this. And so, and you're gonna go, wow, that doesn't, I mean, all the beauty people are huge and this is tiny. You have to dampen it. So you'll run it under water, squeeze all the water out of it. And even actually with like a paper towel, the excess, and then you wanna use that. Otherwise the sponge is gonna soak up all your foundation and not, but do you see that? It looks really nice. And anyways, I actually really love this, and I'm excited that my mom, thanks Mom, that she bought this for me. I was gonna buy it anyways, but my mom is like, she's like one of the most generous people I've ever met in my life, and she's so good to everybody, and in turn people are really good to her. So I mean, I hope they are. Most people I know are good to her. So I didn't get all my mascara off, so that's actually bad. So it's kind of bleeding in. So, and you make sure that it just comes down your neck, and you can build it up. I'm actually gonna just leave it like this today. If I was going to an event, I would build it up in a little more, because I'm more like rosy toned through here. But I'm gonna leave it. All I have to do tonight is go to an athletic meeting for my son, who's gonna be starting high school sports this spring. So we are very excited about that. So I don't need to be going into the meeting like a diva, which if that's what you like to do, you go girl. I'm gonna get that makeup off the back of my hand. So I'm just gonna leave it simple like that again, but you can go back through with most foundations, you know, and just you build up in the areas that you need to build up in. And that's a good way to do. Oh, I forgot to put on my eye cream. I found a really great eye cream. I'll tell you guys all about it in another video. So my eyes aren't gonna look like as good as they could, but we'll talk about that later, because this is actually a whole skin routine that I found, and I feel really good about using it. So I'm gonna do a video just on that. Sorry, this little side issue thing there. I am going to highlight a little bit just so that I look more awake. I really like that look for me. It's not for everybody, but it makes me feel better. So even though I'm just going to a meeting tonight, like cleaning the house and going to a meeting, nothing too crazy, it makes me feel better. And then I can show you how you can still use the same tool to blend your highlight in. So that's what I like to do. My smile lines will leave alone. I feel like they've been settling in, even though I really like that. And I just use the highlighter. It's the Fit Me concealer by Maybelline, and I use it in a lighter tone. And not the lightest, but the second to lightest. So you can just take this beauty blender and you can just, go, even though it has a little bit of the other, foundation on it, you can just roll it over to another side, a clean side, and go to town and just press that in. And the seam is like flawless. Well, in my opinion, it is. I just really like it. The finished look. Really, really, really like it. So in this corner works really well to just get right in there. So everything looks a little brighter, in my opinion. I look more awake. It's just a simple step that doesn't really take that long, and just has a really great brightening effect. And then I'm gonna set that with the loose powder, and I'm just using the Coty Airspun powder. So just a little bit of baking, just because I do have such fine lines that the concealer just sits right in those lines if I don't kind of, and this is a great, I don't really have large pores, but this is a great powder to help minimize strong pores too. Alrighty. Alright, so here is just the finished look. My hair is it's really simple today. It's nothing crazy. Don't need to go crazy, but just a simple look. I hope that answered some questions about foundation. If you do have any more specific questions, just leave them down below. I will list everything that I used today on my face. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate it. It's been exciting to watch my channel grow, and I'm really happy if I'm making a positive impact on people. That's the whole point of this. I don't want to be telling people what to do. I don't want to be telling people what they're doing wrong. I don't want people to feel like they're not doing it right. Like I said, whatever makes you feel beautiful, that's what you need to do. These are just tips that I've picked up along the way. I will steer you in the right direction of other women that I think do a great job in explaining and reviewing and things like that. I'm just excited to do that. Have a really, really, really good day. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Leave any comments, suggestions in the comment box. And I just want to shout out to Saren. You know who you are. You've been really excited for the next video coming up, and I just want to say thanks for being such a loyal subscriber. You're so adorable, and I can't wait to hear your feedback on things after I do a video. So anyways, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.